Hi, my name is Steve Murphy, and welcome to the Insider Exclusive. Today, we're taking a behind the scenes of a very interesting IRS case with attorney Bill Cohan and his client, Bobby Kahre. Stay tuned. I'm very pleased to have with me the attorney who's fighting for Bobby Kahre, Bill Cohan.
Thank you, Steve.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
This is an unusual case, isn't it?
This is an understatement, Steve. They illegally arrested a couple dozen people.
Right.
And at gunpoint.
And he did that with, what, 50 armed?
At least 50 SWAT team guys, helmeted, flak-jacketed submachine guns, bust in, point guns at unarmed people who are minding their own business with no arrest warrants, seize everything in the place, smash the surveillance cameras, take everybody out in 106-degree heat and interrogate them without shade or water.
Now, I understand there were also 2 armored personnel carriers there?
Yeah, they smashed down the gates with those. So this is all caught on film.
When you talk about they smashed the surveillance cameras, there's one thing they didn't get, did they?
Yeah, they left the computer that captured all those video images on its hard drive on the premises. They seized 20 other computers, left that one that they smashed to pieces on the premises, and that's why we have the pictures that you're going to show.
We're going to go and watch these photos right now. Viewer discretion is advised. I want to introduce the man of the hour, the client, Bobby Kahre.
Thank you.
How are you?
Good, Steve.
You have been through to hell and back, haven't you?
I would say it's been a rough journey, yes.
Okay. I want you to narrate, what happened on that day.
It was about 1:30 in the afternoon. I was going to the bank to do one of my payroll transactions, and I was surrounded by FBI and IRS agents.
At the bank?
Yes.
How many?
I would say about 5.
Okay.
They corralled me, put me in the center of them, seized the money that I had on me, said I was under arrest for a bench warrant on a state issue that will tie into this case later on down the line. Well, the courts ruled that it was an unlawful arrest. We had filed a civil rights suit against them over that issue. Mm-hmm. But as this was all going on, I found out that they were serving search warrants at other locations of my business. And so I found out I didn't know what was going on because I wasn't able to be there during the search and seizure. So I went to jail that night, and I got out at 7:30 in the morning and got on the telephone and found out what happened and went to the aftermath of the raid. And I went and saw my sister that was brutally beat up.
Physically beat up.
Physically beat
Why
up.
was she beat up?
I have no idea.
She was beat up by one or more of the 50 FBI,
IRS.
IRS agents.
IRS, FBI, SWAT.
They
It
were
was a
fully armed.
combination. I don't know which ones actually did it because we never got to discovering the
Yeah.
civil rights suit.
Okay.
So she ended up going to the hospital along with her boyfriend, and he was shot 3 times with a beanbag gun. Twice in the back and once in the stomach, I believe. And he ended up going to the hospital that night as well. So while this was going on, and there were doing searches at other locations at my warehouse too. And what I found out after talking with the people is they interrogated everybody. They marched them outside at 106-degree heat. They drove vehicles that they use for, I don't know what the correct word is, type of military style vehicles.
Armored
Yes,
personnel carriers.
exactly. And they drove them through an unlocked gate. And we had it on video where we could see them smashing the video camera tapes trying to conceal what they were doing.
So the tapes that we've just seen are the tapes that were on your computer hard drive?
Yes.
Okay.
And I believe they thought they destroyed them because after we looked at some of the, after they wrote some of their affidavits, the IRS agents in the civil case, it came out that they actually lied because they said they didn't have contact with certain people and didn't do certain things. Well, the videotapes show just the opposite.
Have they seen these videotapes before?
They have now.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, the big question that I'm sure a lot of viewers have, first of all, there's 2 issues. You were paying your people as independent contractors, and you were paying them not in paper dollars, but you were paying them in
Gold and silver coin,
gold and silver coins.
minted by the U.S. Mint.
Okay, now,
After 1985.
okay, when you do this, and it's creative, and it's probably some of the people who got this payment probably felt it was better than the paper dollar, right?
Yes.
Were you alerted to the fact ever that you might have some problems in doing this?
Well, actually, no, I was never alerted. In fact, back in 1993, I initiated a lawsuit against the IRS, and I filed my filing fees with silver dollars.
They took them.
They took them at face value, 240 of them, I believe it was. They didn't give me no change back or anything else, so they treated them as money.
So the filing fee was actually in paper dollars, $240. Correct?
Yes.
But you gave them $240 in gold and silver.
Or it's just silver coins at that
so actually
time.
they were making a profit on this, wasn't it? Because silver then was worth more
Oh,
than the
yeah.
paper money in
Sure.
1993.
Yeah.
They took the money, you filed the suit, what happened to it?
Well, what's interesting about that is I went through a raid back in '93 as well, and that's how all this thing started evolving. I started doing my own studying and finding
Yeah.
out question like, who is the IRS?
Yeah.
And I found out some very interesting things, and I kept this studying going, and so I actually sued who the IRS worked for at the time. I sued the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund,
Okay.
and that's who they're collecting for.
Yeah.
And so what I found out is they're not collecting for the common defense and general welfare of this country, and they're coming after the men and women, the working people of this country. They're coming after their labor. And they're sending this money all over the world, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Iraq. And it has nothing to do with the common defense and general welfare of this country.
This is very traumatic for you, obviously, and your family.
They've hung in there, and I just don't know what to say some days, because it's always on your mind every day. And I'm sure that the government, the IRS, they know what people go through in these situations. They probably have done many studies on it, and they know how it affects people. But I'm trying to look through it and hope that some good can be done by all of it.
Hi, thanks for watching our show. You can get more information at www.insiderexclusive.tv. I'm Steve Murphy. Thank you.